Hello everyone and welcome back to Coffee Time, the real coffee time. It's Sunday, we're having a great time. Welcome back to Coffee Time. I've got a fantastic coffee. I've got a cool Star Wars mug in my Star Wars t-shirt.
You guys are really lucky I'm letting you hang out with me.
Ba-bam. Now the question is, everyone, something I've been thinking about, and I do like to do a little bit of thinking here and then. If you had a Coffee Time mug, themed around coffee time, what would you have on it? Let me know in the comments. No reason. On one side, it would say Coffee Time with the cool sword. What would be on the other side? Let me know. What do you think? What would a cool mug look like? And let me know in the comments. Yesterday, we had bonus Coffee Time, which wasn't a premiere, but if you're watching the premiere today, then thank you very much for tuning in. We reviewed Chapter Approved Tactical Deployment, the mission pack. And whilst I've already done a video on this, so if you want to watch that, there's yesterday's video. Today, we have Crusade Beyond the Veil mission pack. So this is designed for match play. It's actually better for narrative play, so we'll get rid of that. And today we're going to be looking at Crusade, and I want to say massive thank you to Games Workshop for sending me that book and sending me this book. But today we're going to be talking about this, which is designed for narrative 40k, and it kind of adds to the game a little bit. We're going to be talking about how great this book is, and I've got a lot of nice things to say about this book compared to the last one. So Crusade is the narrative way to play Warhammer 40,000, and it's essentially designed for slow grow campaigns, or like your army grows and levels up and gets experience and does fancy things depending how it performs on the tabletop, how it does in the game, and who you play against. Now, I haven't played Crusade, and I haven't properly read through the rules. I've read a lot of reviews about the rules, but I haven't properly read the rules for the main Crusade rules. And I want to say a little bit of a downside to this book is that whilst it has quite a lot of good stuff in it, it repeats the core rule section like any of these books do, but it doesn't repeat the Crusade rules, which I was a little bit disappointed about, because I went out with this and I was like, I'll read up on it and I'll catch up with it, but then I couldn't read the Crusade rules because the Crusade rules are in the core rulebook, which is a bit of a shame. So that's kind of like the first down point about it, but let's talk about what's actually in the book. So it's quite a little, it's a small handy book. Again, Games Workshop, keep making books like this, absolutely fantastic. This is a great design. So you have, essentially, I will say the book is full of nice artwork, which is great. You have an introduction, you have a contents page, then you have a little bit of lore about the Pariah Nexus, which is where these games are kind of set. Let's try something new. The Pariah Nexus. Straddling a huge swathe of space in the southern reaches of the Ultima Segmentum is the Pariah Nexus. It is the name given by the Imperium to a region from which no communication can escape, and in which sterile worlds lie shrouded and unchanging. Their populations either soulless husks or simply vanished altogether. After the trauma of the Great Wraith emergence and the eventual lifting of the Noctis Aeterna, the Imperium seethed with war, anarchy and bloodshed as never before. Demonic incursions, heretic invasions, and Xenos predation tore systems from the Imperium's grip, along with the global uprisings and plagues of mutation. Everywhere, mankind cried out in terror with pleas for aid. Yet from systems within the Nephilim subsector, nothing was heard. At best, the Imperium's commanders told themselves some empiric disruption had disabled communications, or one of the many warp zones kindled by the Great Rift had swallowed the region, leaving nothing to be done but mourn the loss. Even the partial truth, when it emerged, was far more sinister. Gulliman would not leave such mystery alone, not while there remained a chance of recovering the region's world, their resources, and perhaps their inhabitants. Part of the Lord Commander's incalculably vast Indomitus Crusade, Gulliman dispatched an armada of ships and warriors, Battle Group Kalides, with a mission to discover the truth of the haunted region. The only problem is with the lore at the start of the book, it's only like 4 pages long. It's literally, it's this. So, in terms of setting up the lore, it's very abstract. It's a little bit like, this is what's happened and go. After that, you start getting into the rules of how to play the Crusade system. So I guess it sets the scene, but a lot of it is left up to the imagination, which is good and bad because it means that this is what's happening and you can you fill in the blanks yourself in your Crusade games. The downside is that like it doesn't really explain what's going on. It's like it kind of says sets a battle, everyone's ready to fight, then the end. So once you get into that, it starts telling you about Beyond the Veil games, and I will say there's a hell of a lot of missions in here. There's 6 missions for each game size. So the Crusade, you work with power level or in match play you work with points, but essentially you have Combat Patrol, which is like your small game. You have Incursion, which is like your small to mid-size game. You have your Strike Force, which is what is known as the standard, and then you have Onslaught, which is massive. And there's 6 missions for each game size, which is a lot more than what you got in the other book, which is actually quite good. So it tells you all about how to set them up, etc. Then it kind of just goes on explaining a lot of, like, it doesn't tell you how to play Crusade, but it tells you how to set up the missions, etc. You have some unique agendas in this, which are like a kind of like secondaries if you played match play. But essentially these are for leveling up units rather than kind of like scoring the mission. These are like things that you can do alongside the battle to kind of get your units to essentially like grow levels, gain experience points, etc. And then you can spend them on bonus things. It then adds some unique battle traits, which battle traits are a kind of thing that we've already seen in Crusade, but these are unique to Pariah Nexus, and you can only roll on this table if you're playing in the Theatres of War for Pariah Nexus. It then has Relics of Nexus. So these are some unique relics that are specific to the Pariah Nexus and the Beyond the Veil mission pack. When a character model from your army gains a Crusade relic after a battle in the Pariah Nexus, you can instead select one of the relics listed below. All usual rules for selecting Crusade relics, as described in 140,000 core book, apply. So what's quite interesting about these relics is they have 2 effects. So they're all based on Necron relics. So you have the Blackstone Ankh, you've got the Solar Shift Core, you've got the Hieroptech Staff, Rod of Lambent Energy, and the Sphere of Darkness. So all really cool sounding relics, and they all give you a range of different buffs. However, at the end of each battle, you can roll a d6 for the Relic of Nexus on a character. On a roll of a 6, the full power of that relic is discovered, and the bearer can use the additional unlocked ability for that relic. So essentially you have, let's say, the Blackstone Ankh. Each time a model from bearer's unit will lose a wound, a result of a mortal wound, roll a d6. On a 6, that wound is not lost. Something that it's not exactly like too far-fetched. If the relic is unlocked, it's on a 5+ instead of a 6, so you kind of get a better version of the relic. So that's on a roll of a 6. But what's quite interesting is if the bearer is a Necron unit, you add 4 to that roll, so it goes off on a 2+ essentially. So you've got these specific relics which, like, your Space Marines or your Orcs or Tyranids or whatever, could grab hold of and try and use, and it'll be okay. It might accidentally get unlocked, but if you're a Necron, you've got the password, you crack on. You've also got some unique battle scars for using Beyond the Veil, and then they've added this extra thing which isn't part of the Crusade rules pack. It's called investigation points. So essentially what you're trying to do is you're playing in this battlefield or in this theatre of war, and whilst you're doing this, you're trying to find out what's going on. You're kind of like investigating. So every time you complete a game, every time you win a game, you gain an investigation point, and then you can spend those investigation points on one of the unique investigation rewards they are called. So you have multiple. So you can actually locate, read out, we can just gain a requisition point. And essentially these are just used for buffing your army in another way that you can do. Then we've got the Theatre of War Pariah Nexus. So this is kind of, you can start doing strategic setbacks and afflictions if you are playing any of these missions. So the following section provides additional rules that you can apply to your battles that recreate the characteristics of the Pariah Nexus on the battlefields on the 41st millennium. If a battle uses the Pariah Nexus Theatre of War, roll on the table below to generate a strategic setback that has befallen the armies involved in this battle. This will provide additional rules for your battle. If you wish, and both players agree, you can also generate an affliction from the table opposite to affect both armies. Afflictions will affect the game in a much more dramatic way, and so both players should be prepared for their army's effectiveness to be reduced by the overpowering effects of the Pariah Nexus. So essentially these are just like little additions, kind of like little ruses or like battlefield effects essentially that's like happening. So for example, if one of the strategic setbacks is deferred reinforcement. So reinforcements cannot be set on the battlefield until the 3rd or subsequent battle round, and cannot be set up within 12 inches of any models. So it kind of just like kills reinforcements. And then say let's like a random affliction, let's say Black Zone, which is number 5. Worsen invulnerable saves by 1 to a minimum of 6+. So it kind of like really neuters your army, but you're both being affected by it, so it's not like so bad. It kind of just changes the things up a little bit to make it more interesting. Then we get onto the Crusade missions, and again there's a lot of missions. I can't really talk about each mission in particular, but what I will say, they've got lots of interesting mission rules and lots of interesting objectives, which is a lot better than some of them that we found in the primaries of the match play ones. For example, you got like no prisoners, score 20 victory points at the end of the battle round if more enemy units than friendly units were destroyed during this battle round, which is like, that's it, that's the mission. Lying in wait. But essentially, these are quite complex missions for attack and defender, and it just adds a lot to Crusade that we've already got. And it kind of goes, right, you want a Crusade? Well, let's play in the Pariah Nexus Beyond the Veil. It's a bit of a shame that there's no unique army rules in this for, like, especially Necrons, because it's set for, it's a Necron setting. Pariah Nexus is theirs, it's set on a Tomb World. It's a bit of a shame that the Beyond the Veil doesn't include any special rules for Necrons in Crusade. However, they are going to be getting a codex sometime in October. We know that they're going to be having unique Crusade rules in their own codex. For example, the Space Marine ones have already been announced, like, for example, putting a captain into a Dreadnought. That's one that's already been shown off. We know that they're going to have unique Crusade rules in each of their respective codexes. It feels like a little bit of a missed opportunity, but I don't know why this has come out before we've had, like, codex ones, but I guess this kind of, like, wets the taste bud for everyone else. I'm not understanding Games Workshop's release order at the minute, but we shall see. It remains to be seen as where they're going with this, but yeah, overall, a nice little book. I'm definitely interested in playing Crusade. It's just balancing time, I'll be honest, everyone, but there's a lot of missions in here to make it more interesting, a lot of added complexity should you want it. Overall, it's a nice little book. It's got exactly what you need in it. It doesn't rely on you buying any other products, which is always nice. But yeah, overall, a nice book. If you're wanting this for lore, it's not a huge book, but if you wanted to make your own lore because you want to play some more Crusade games and you've played all the missions already, then I definitely recommend picking this up. Thanks to Games Workshop for sending me this book, and hopefully you enjoyed this video and this little mini review. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Are you playing Crusade? Should I play Crusade? Should I actually read it and learn how to do it? Again, it's a really nice little book, and the idea of Crusade to me sounds really interesting. It's just I've not been able to sit down and actually look at it, but let me know. Should I do Crusade? Are you going to be picking up this book? Are you interested in it? What would you have on a coffee time mug if you could design your own coffee time mug? And last one, have you rung the bell? Have you pressed subscribe and rung the bell? And let me know if you're getting notifications, because we've had a few complaints that people aren't getting it. So let me know down in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Mikey. This has been Hellstorm Wargaming. This has been Beyond the Veil review, and hopefully you enjoyed it. So hopefully we'll catch you in the next one. Have a great day now. Bye-bye. Hello, small board gang. I'm Hellstorm Dude. Today I'm going to be telling you all the different things that we sell on hellstormwargaming.co.uk/shop and how you can support the small board gang in the great wars to come. The Small Board Wars anthology coming soon. I want to tell you about our great web store where you can actually pick up a limited edition shirt right now. This limited edition shirt is to show your support of the firstborn Jim and train your way to two wounds. This shirt was actually limited once upon a time ago. You can't buy this anymore, and you won't be able to buy this shirt come 30th of September. That means you've got less than a week to order it. So it's available in a range of colours. It's available in a t-shirt, or also if you're Chad enough, like me, then you can wear get a vest top and show off their guns. You know, 2 wounds, 1, 2. Don't want a t-shirt, don't want a merch. I understand. You know, can't all be cool like me. We can also get some objectives. We've got a couple left in stock. We've actually got some new designs coming. Hopefully they're going to be in stock next week. So let's go. These objectives, you can get your little 40mm ones where you forget where they are, you knock them everywhere, and you have to measure from the edge like some chump. Well, these lads, the 40mm in the middle, you can just stand on the objective. You're within 3 inches, because that's what range it is. It's 3 inches. Also, you can get some dice. We've got some dice on sale. People have been asking for months. We've got 5 different colours. We've got pink horror, looking beautiful. We've got blue horror, looking even more beautiful. We've got eldritch purple, mystical. We've got Gyrin green, well, you go up or left, he's been popular. We also got some orange, which are definitely not named after a cake or a biscuit. If you need somewhere to put those dice, we also sell dice bags. There you go, look at all this, it's great. You can find all this at hellstormwargaming.co.uk, and it's all PayPal secure. I don't want your credit card number, I just want your PayPal balance. It's fair. Speaking of PayPal balance, just for the first 10 people who put an order in today and use the code Hellstrom10, they'll get a discount. I mean, what's not to love? So the first 10 people, Hellstrom10, get a discount. What's not to love? If you want to grab yourself a new t-shirt, it's only available until the 30th of September. After that, you can't order it again, so don't even try it. It's a made-to-order run. So grab yourself a t-shirt today, grab yourself some dice, or grab yourself some objectives and support the channel. And support Hellstrom Dude in the Great Wars, the Small Board Wars, which will be coming at your screens very soon. Thanks to Hellstorm Wargaming for letting us have this ad space, because I am also Hellstorm Wargaming. If you're a business and you want to advertise some stuff in this area while people are deploying, like down there or wherever it is, then email is in the description below. Let's go. Go watch the game.